Good morning, first grade Smarties. All right, so today we have our lesson 7 writing. You can see it in the top corner. And it says, if you were Cinderella and the clock struck 12, would you have run away or stayed? So today you listen to Miss Ray's lesson about the story Cinderella. And Miss Mason actually has the page pulled up about when Cinderella and her godmother had to run away. So I'm going to turn this like here. Ooh, we're getting fancy. All right, and I'm going to read the page of when Cinderella and her godmother had to run away. It said, Cinderella was so happy, and I was happy seeing her so that we forgot to mark the time. Suddenly, I heard distant bells strike the first chime of midnight. Astonishing all with my rudeness, I grabbed Cinderella's hand and cried, It's nearly midnight. We must go. For a moment, I feared she would not obey. Then she turned and we ran toward the door. Paul cried, Wait, I do not even know your name. He ran after us, but guests and servants, confused by such running and shouting, blocked his way. As it was, we barely escaped to our carriage because Cinderella stumbled on the stair. She had to leave behind one of her embroidered slipper. All right, so that is the page that goes with our writing. Now, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but think about what happens to Cinderella at the end of the story. Okay, so she had to leave because think about what was going to happen to her if she had stayed. What happened to Cinderella because if she would have stayed? What would have happened to her clothes? All right, so as I'm turning this down, turn to your family member, friend, favorite pet, favorite stuffed animal, and tell them what happened to Cinderella after they got out of the palace. All right. Now let's go back to our writing. It says, if you were Cinderella and the clock struck 12, would you have run away or stayed? So I'm going to use some words from my question to help me with my sentence starter. If you were Cinderella, it's asking if I was Cinderella, right? It's talking about you. They're asking us our question. So I'm going to cross out you and put I. And now I'm going to write this in my sentence. If I were Cinderella, I'm going to cross that out. I would, I think I would have run away. So I'm going to search, and this has a mistake, run away. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write my sentence out, and I'm going to make sure I start with a capital letter. If look at that finger space, were, see guys, I'm using words from my question because I want to make sure I answer the whole question based on what it's asking me. If I were Cinderella, and Cinderella is a proper noun, which means I need to make sure I start with a capital letter. If I were Cinderella, I would run away. Now, I'm not finished yet because I have to explain why I would run away. So I'm going to end my sentence. If I were Cinderella, I would run away. I'm going to end with my punctuation and start my next sentence. I'm going to explain why I would run away. I would run away because, that word because tells me why. Because Paul, remember that's like her prince, Paul would see me. Oh, I have that trick word would 3 times. Would see me in my old clothes. Now, we know that this is what happens to Cinderella, right? After they escape, after they leave, what happens to her clothes? Her beautiful dress disappears and she's back in her old rags. Now, guys, I hope you understand, and Paul knows too, that it was her heart that mattered, right? Oh, I need to make sure I end with punctuation. He cared about Cinderella's heart. He cared about who she was as a person. Did he care about her clothes? No, but when she ran away, that's what she was worried about, right? Now, if Cinderella chose to stay, if you think she would stay, I hope I get to see some of your writings explaining why you would stay. Now, this is one reason why. This is my opinion. I could have a different opinion from someone else. Some friends might write that you would run away, and some friends might write that you would stay. But don't forget, if you give an opinion, that means telling what you think or feel. If you tell someone what you think or feel, you have to explain why you think or feel that. Okay, so tell me what you would do and why you would do it. All right, first grade Smarties, I hope you have a great Thursday. Don't forget to check in with your teachers and have a wonderful, wonderful day of learning. Bye.